It's almost Labor Day. I'm Joseph, this is Input English. In a previous video, I pointed out that we're coming up to a national holiday in the United States called Labor Day. I said that I would share some thoughts about this national holiday, and here we go. There are some facts about Labor Day that are irrefutable. Facts that are easily verified and are not controversial. First of all, Labor Day is a national holiday. 2, it is always the first Monday in September. Those are easily verifiable facts. So what's the rest of the story with Labor Day? Well, whenever you get into a story, things become a little more subjective. So let me tell you a story about Labor Day. Some people may see things differently than I describe here. I will try to be accurate. In the United States, we embrace capitalism. That is, we recognize and allow private ownership of companies. Now, this can take many forms. Someone who's good working as a carpenter may create a company where he does handyman repair work. He could be referred to as a small businessman, and he is certainly participating in this capitalist economy. But not all the companies are one-man operations. Some companies are huge. Another face of capitalism is where one or more people own the company and they run that company, but they don't do the actual work. Their work is running the company. This is what we refer to as big business. The way I see this big business model working in the United States is that it is a tension and ideally some degree of balance between the workers who do the work and the owners who own the company. Sometimes the power shifts dramatically toward ownership and management, and this happened in the 19th century. Late in the 19th century, there was a big push for unionization of workers so that they could collectively bargain with management. The workers wanted their voice. They wanted a say in how the companies function. In the late 1800s, the idea was floated that we should have a national holiday dedicated to the workers who do the actual work and produce all the prosperity that our society enjoys. Oregon was the first state to enact a state holiday, Labor Day, and this was followed by dozens of other states. I believe it was in 1894 that Congress passed a law designating Labor Day as a national holiday, but initially it only meant that federal workers had that holiday. It was not mandated that other companies would have to follow suit. Over time, it became a well-established national holiday, and one of the terms you will hear in the United States is bank holiday. A bank holiday is a national holiday on which all the banks are closed. So from that, you might infer that on Monday, the 1st of September 2025, people will celebrate Labor Day in the United States and the banks will be closed. That is all verifiable. Also, a lot of other businesses will be closed. It's a national holiday, but not all businesses will be closed. Grocery stores, drugstores, discount stores will be very much open. And you will also see Labor Day sales. In the United States, it is super common for a national holiday, any national holiday, be turned into an excuse or an opportunity for a sale to try to boost sales for that company. So there are Labor Day sales being advertised right now. So that's a brief history of Labor Day. It came out of the labor movement in the late 19th century. It's celebrated as a national holiday in the United States to this day, and it will likely continue. But what is the significance of Labor Day to people like you and me? What does it mean for us? Well, over time, Labor Day became the unofficial end of summer. Now, Labor Day is this unofficial end of summer, so the summer vacations and the summer time off comes to an end, and we get back to work, either at our job or in school. Since I have been associated with educational activities, first as a student and then later as an educator, mentally I think in terms of Labor Day being basically the beginning of the year, because it's the beginning of the academic year. When I was growing up, the school year started right after Labor Day. Over time, school systems have changed their approach, and now it is very common for students to return to classes during the latter half of August before Labor Day. Then they have a one-day holiday, what we would call a long weekend, a 3-day weekend, the Labor Day weekend, and then back to school. That's what it's like in this area. The kids are off until the end of August, they go back to school, and then they have a 3-day weekend. So that 3-day weekend is upon us in a couple of days. The banks will be closed, many businesses will be closed, and a lot of people will come to places like this and have picnics and cookouts. Some people will spend a lot of money on Labor Day sales for sure. Now, I use the term unofficial end of summer. The actual end of summer is the autumnal equinox, and that is on September 22nd. So we can say that Labor Day is the unofficial end of summer, but the official end of summer is 3 weeks later on the 22nd of September. Psychologically, I like Labor Day because it feels like a beginning. As I said, I've been associated with the academic calendar of school systems throughout much of my career. So it's natural to feel like Labor Day is a beginning. It's the beginning of the academic year. And so psychologically for me, it's the time to get down to work and start a very productive year. So that was a very brief discussion of Labor Day here in the United States. I invite comments below, and if you like videos like this, be sure to click on this one next. See you soon.